Bereshit bara Elohim. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. We begin a new cycle of Torah. At TBZ, we have literally been rolling the Torah scroll from one end all the way to the other. It can really make your wrists hurt. And the narrative locates us, Bereshit, at the beginning of time, the beginning of matter. We're told that in this time, Bereshit, there's just tohu vavohu, a void, a chaos. And we're also told that there are primordial waters, the dangerous, threatening waves that destroy anything that might come in their path. The story then continues to tell us something about how God ordered those waters, separated the chaos, and made a world. In the Kabbalistic understanding, God withdraws to make space for us to exist in this world. The truth, though, is that in Bereshit, the beginning, it's not the only beginning, and it won't be the last beginning. You see, it's true that we had to roll the Torah back from Deuteronomy to Bereshit in order to continue reading. But imagine if we had an infinite Torah that continued the story as we read it in our community. When we got to the end of Deuteronomy, the story of Moses' death, we would encounter our very next verse. In the beginning, God created, Bereshit bara Elohim. The Torah is a circle. It never really starts over. It just simply continues. So what can we learn from this circular reading of Torah? What new insight about creation might we find if we look at it in the context of what has just come before? Well, in our last parsha, V'zot habracha, Moses has been brought to the top of Mount Nebo at the end of his life. He gazes into the promised land. He has led the Israelites from bondage in Egypt, now to the brink of freedom. And at this moment, at the age of 120, he looks out at the land of Israel, and he dies. The culmination of a journey left unfulfilled. And then suddenly, Bereshit bara Elohim. A new universe is created. From death to life. From a shutting off of an opportunity to a new sense of ultimate possibility. And when I think about this circular reading of Torah, I know it is the truest story because we are living through a moment of death. Not only the death of nearly 220,000 Americans and rising, but also the death of businesses and institutions, the death of a sense of safety and security we might have felt before. And in this moment, we're Israelites. We walk toward the better place, more uncertain about our steps than ever. We miss our competent leadership. We can't yet see the end of this story. But we also know that at this moment of Bereshit, of creation, is a moment of possibility. The creation of new technology to meet our shifting world. A creation of new family traditions and connections. A creation of new values or a clarification of our values. Maybe the birth of a new source of gratitude. And we're learning very painfully, maybe too painfully, that creation always comes in the wake of destruction. That at many moments in our lives, we find a V'zot habracha death, followed by a Bereshit rebirth. In political science, the term is called creative destruction. We mourn what has been lost, acknowledging that the story is not over yet. Creation is still coming. And perhaps in Jewish terms, we should call it the Bereshit destruction. The knowledge that every beginning comes after an end. Bereshit destruction is a curiosity and a hope that what we will accomplish moving forward will consist of things we never, ever could have imagined. We mourn all that we have lost, and we wish that we did not find ourselves in this moment. We fervently wish that to be so. And yet we know that death is a part of life. We read the same Torah every single year. Moses will die annually on schedule. But of course, that same schedule gives us this week a reminder that creation is eternal. Creation is a continual process. In our morning liturgy, we say, Uvtovo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh bereshit. God, in your goodness, you renew creation eternally. You're continually renewing creation every single day. So in this moment of Bereshit, what will come from the chaos? What will we fashion in this void? What we're creating today will also inevitably be gone. But what will we learn from this moment of infinite creative possibility? And I hope that we continue to read the Torah in this circle, because this is the story of our lives. Destruction, creation, death, possibility, death, possibility. May the Torah remind us that amongst the chaos, God will only have one utterance: let there be light. May we have faith that light is coming. I want to take a moment to invite you all to join our Wednesday night TBZ Torah study group. This used to be our Shabbat morning Torah study group, but hey, I guess like everything, destruction of one thing leads to creation of something new. So while we hope to return to Shabbat morning Torah study as soon as we can, we've been meeting on Wednesday nights to read our ancient text and make it fresh, bringing our own voices and our own insights to the text. We've been focusing on the places where the Torah touches our souls and gives us light. And we also haven't been afraid to confront the difficult parts of Torah as well. It's always the highlight of my week each time we meet. So I would love to invite you to join us. You can always find a link to the Zoom meeting and TBZ happenings. We meet on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. May we step into this moment of Bereshit, of creation, with courage. May we be able to cultivate the amazement of the majestic wonder of this world. And may we be comforted by the fact that the story of our Torah and the story of our lives is a circle. No matter how lost we get, we will always return home. Shabbat Shalom.